Notwithstanding the global recession fears, IT giants are optimistic about the future. One such company is HCL Tech, which has over 200,000 employees world over. WION's business editor Sumit Chaturvedi caught up with Jill Curry, Global Chief Marketing Officer for HCL Technologies. Take a look.
Well, this is the gathering of world leaders, and there are certainly topics about volatility and risk. But as you know, HCL Tech is in the IT services space, and we're continuing to be pretty bullish on our personal path forward as an organization. I've had conversations with a number of our strategic partners, a number of our clients, a number of NGOs who have stopped by our pavilion. And I think everybody's in a slightly different place. Nobody can ignore the fact that there have been some pretty big layoffs announced across the tech industry. But for a tech services provider like HCL Tech, sometimes the negativity in the macroeconomic environment creates opportunities for us. So we just had our quarterly earnings. We just announced our quarterly earnings last week. We continue to be optimistic about what we guided to the street. And we are seeing a lot of opportunity, especially in the area of vendor consolidation in our space. There's a lot of companies that are going through operating model changes, and there's always an appetite for a continued emphasis on business process outsourcing during times of economic instability.
So is it right to say that cautious optimism is the theme? It's something that is on the mind of executives like you, on the companies, that cautious optimism is the way forward in 2023?
I think that's a really fair way of putting it as far as we're concerned. Again, a number of companies in the U.S. where I'm based have come out with probably just a higher degree of caution overall, especially in the tech provider sector, the tech products and platform sector. But again, we continue to remain pretty bullish, and I think cautious optimism is a very good way to put it.
And how have you been the discussions with clients here? How are they seeing it, the overall? Because we have just come out of COVID pandemic. There's a lot of optimism in the global economy, but challenges remain there also. How do you see emerging countries like India in that sense? You are in an Indian company, but how do you see these companies also providing a boost to the overall global economy?
Yeah, well, we're an Indian headquartered company, but we are extremely global with 220,000 people across 60 countries. And I'm sure you've noticed along the promenade, this is kind of like India Row right now. I think it's super promising to see so much activity from India-based corporations. Clearly this is meaningful. We're doing some work with CII and some of the other governmental entities that are here from India, and things are quite interesting for us. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that every client conversation we've had has been filled with a huge amount of optimism, but I think everybody is really weathering the storm right now. And again, we as an IT services provider maybe have an enviable position that some of the tech platform companies don't have today.
And what are the new technologies you're working on? What new sectors you're looking at? Because you're a tech company. Yeah. What about the future of technology?
Yeah. So as you probably saw from our pavilion, our new purpose that we just launched in late September is all about bringing together the best of technology and our people to supercharge progress. We actually are in the middle of some really interesting developments that I think are going to help more the good of community and planet, which is a core part of our purpose. In addition to, of course, we're a for-profit organization, but I can't talk to you today about some of the things we're doing. I think we're going to be launching a few things in the next 6 to 12 months. I just had a conversation today with someone who's on the leading edge of that. And then there are always some exciting developments happening in our HCL software division, but the things that are near and dear to my heart are going to be launching later this year, so I'd be happy to chat later about that.
Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Yeah.